how's it? I'm Isle, and I've got what I believe to be, exciting series of StarCraft 2 coming up for you. First of all, we have our Terran player from South Korea. It is GuMiho. And on the other side, our Protoss player from Denmark, we have MaxPax. Both these players actually on the same team, Storm Gaming. So, best of 5 series, first map is Stargazers. Now, why I think this is going to be an exciting series, I haven't seen it, but, you know, this is what I'm talking about. Look at what's happening. GuMiho's already doing things. GuMiho and MaxPax are very interesting players. So GuMiho plays like, I don't know, someone didn't explain to him how StarCraft works and he got really good just doing random stuff, which is so awesome. MaxPax, when he started, not so much anymore. He's really chilled now, but he used to also be very cheesy and do a lot of crazy strategies. But at this stage, he kind of plays more macro, which is pretty good to see because he's very good. So we see the proxy barracks coming up. I feel like this is every series that I cast of GuMiho. He goes for proxy. That is the latest GLHF. If this was on the ladder, someone should have been thinking that there's cheese coming. MaxPax does confirm that there is a proxy. Maybe he sees the direction of the SCV and knows that something's up. Maybe he doesn't really care. It's going to be a Reaper. So just a proxy Reaper shouldn't be too crazy. I don't know if the SCV... Nah, it looks like the SCV is going to go home. Yeah. Proxy Reaper. Reapers can do a little bit of damage. Zealot is on the way and then a Stalker. So here comes the Reaper going to meet the Zealot. The Zealot is just kind of a time buyer and not if it's running as slowly as it is. And that's one worker down for MaxPax. Woo, little bit of dancing here by GuMiho. He really wants that worker. Alright, Stalker is out and should be pretty safe. Another Reaper is on the way. At the same time, we have Widow Mines. The patrolling probe is going to see the Widow Mines. Our second Reaper is going to fly in. This one is going back home. And he's going to find nothing here. So, not a crazy proxy. Just a little bit of pressure. Very little investment. Gets 2 workers. He feels good about that. Twilight Council is on the way. I am assuming that we're going to see a medevac and then the drop of the Widow Mines. The drop of the Widow Mines. The Widow Mine drop into the base of MaxPax. So yeah. I mean, 3 workers went down for the floating time of the barracks. I guess the Reapers are gonna lose value as the time goes on, I guess. But yeah, second base is on the way. So MaxPax is a little bit in the lead in terms of workers getting out his blink. But I don't think it's too bad. GuMiho is going to be able to mule up and get this base saturated soon enough. If anything had to come here now, I'm pretty sure they would die. Okay, are you just going to walk them across the map? I think the medevac, yeah, I see it there. It is on the way. They just got tired of waiting, so they started walking on out. Being like, nope, we cannot do the sitting at home thing. Let us go attack. Okay. Ooh, nice. Reapers are going to move in at the same time to cause a little bit of a distraction, just to keep the eyes of the Protoss player, away from this medevac. Okay, so I'm going to have to try to keep my eye on both. There are Stalkers. 2 Widow Mines go down here. There shouldn't be... Oh no, all 3. Boom. Okay, 3. These Reapers... Okay. Yeah. And GuMiho manages to get 1 of the mines out. So, 6 workers down. Again, low investment. 2 Reapers and a Widow Mine. This one is being brave. Tried to walk across. But unfortunately does get caught. NG Bay on the way. We have a Banshee coming up. Stimpack on the way, and some tanks. So it's going to go back into a normal game. I like the Widow Mine on this base. Nice. Nice little blink micro there. And that gets cleared up. MaxPax is going to go jumping these stalkers in. I don't even know how he got vision. There must be an observer or something that I didn't see. See what he can get done here. Goodbye, Marine. You used to have a nice life. Now you don't. Tanks are coming up to help defend, and a bunch of Marines just popping out of the barracks. Should be okay. I mean, stalkers outrange Marines, but the tanks, yeah, the tanks are going to help. Charge is on the way, plus the Robo. +1 coming up for GuMiho, and the Forge is building for MaxPax. So, yeah, everything seems to be getting a little bit more stable. Banshee not getting too... Hang on, I lied. Got 4 workers. I wasn't looking at the Banshee. Once again, my observing is focusing on 12 things at the same time. Not looking at the minimap too much. So, as you can see, it's one of my problems when I actually play myself. Is my minimap awareness is it's limited. Okay, these are still just hanging around. I would go in with them if I were MaxPax, and he does. Try to get the reactor. Not the biggest thing in the world, but every little bit counts. Although there comes the tank, and away he goes. Gonna come in with these 4 again. Ouch, and no, you gotta run. Leave while you can. Alright. GuMiho, I think, is in a position now where he will comfortably be able to defend everything. Banshee is gonna get caught by the stalkers. Yep, and it's out of here. Nice. Alright, so this push is going to come through on the 3rd base, I'm assuming. Stalkers roaming around. 7 gateways on the way. So MaxPax is getting ready for a lot of aggression. We do see concussive shells as well as the combat shields for the Marines. No shield battery here, but I don't think there's enough army here for GuMiho to actually get too much done with this. So maybe he doesn't actually attack, and they both kind of build up a little bit more. That's a lot of gateways. War Prism on the way. Yep, that definitely means some aggression is coming. Is he just going to try just use stalkers? I wouldn't be surprised. MaxPax has some nice micro. Ooh, ouch. Tank. Ouch. So he doesn't want to get too excited before his War Prism is here. Marine's still a lot of damage, and with that, with the Marauders with concussive shells, those stalkers have a hard time getting out of there. Okay. Oof, I'm a little bit out of breath already, so just so that you know, I made a bit of a stupid thing. Okay, I'm going to tell you while I've got some downtime here. Got some zealots warping in here. I was about 25 minutes or so through casting a series when I realized that I had already casted some games from that series. So I stopped and I scrapped it, and then I restarted here. So I've been doing this for a little while already, and I might need to take a break halfway through the series because my voice is going to be ruined. Yeah, so nice stupid moment for me. I checked, I even made sure. I always check before I do a cast, just that I haven't casted it before. And somehow, no idea, it slipped straight away. 8 SCVs going down. We're going to see the attack in here. A lot more zealots coming in. So we're going to see the double prong. Just a lot of zealots. Just zealots. Zealots for days. Okay. Ouch. Every time those tanks hit, it makes me hurt a little bit. Okay, the Terran Bio Army is running for their lives. Zealots are in the main base. More zealots warping in. This army is chasing down the Terran. GuMiho kiting for his life. Loses a medevac. Luckily the full ones are still okay. This army is going to go look for the zealots. I think MaxPax is getting himself in a nice little position here. This army is going to go back in. Yeah, I think MaxPax should be in a good position. He's putting a lot of pressure on. Our Widow Mines to help out here. Those zealots are going to be picked up. But it is 4 bases here for the Protoss player. And we see Colossus on the way. Colossus is going to be very nice against the Marines. Obviously, GuMiho has a bunch of Marauders out, but yeah, actually, now that I look at it, the army supply is in the lead for GuMiho quite comfortably. And MaxPax has more workers, but you know, mules, so could not necessarily be a problem. I don't want to call MaxPax too much in the lead when GuMiho actually he's got something going for him. Dark Shrine on the way. Ooh. MaxPax going for the gold. So pylon 2 or shield battery and a photon cannon. Yeah. Getting that gold and being able to mine it is going to be very good, especially with the zealot heavy army that he is going for. So if he can just build a ton of zealots, use them to defend for his Colossus and Stalkers, he's going to be in a good position. Once again, we see a drop coming in here. Boom. Ouch. That one, I think, hit some SCVs. Okay, 3 workers down. 3 Colossus out. There are no Vikings. There are no Vikings, but this is a brute force army with the bunch of Marauders. Marauders don't care as much about the Colossus. I mean, Colossus is Colossus, but they're not as affected by it because the Colossus has bonus damage against light armored units. 2-pronged attack is going to come in, one in this pocket base, which is now flying into the main, and another. Okay, nice try with the Widow Mine, but that is going to be picked off. Another with. Okay. With the Medivacs at the top. MaxPax seems to be splitting well enough, and actually, he's going to lose a little bit, but he doesn't lose the bases, which is good. Still up by 22 workers. GuMiho's 4th is landed. Mules going down there. Ghost Academy on the way. I always like to see the Ghost Academy. Upgrade wise, it's 2 attack for +2 attack for MaxPax and +1/+1 for GuMiho. +2 is coming up. +2 attack at least. For both players. Nice. He doesn't have observers out yet, so he just uses the zealot to as a site or as a target for the splash damage to get rid of the Widowman. GuMiho attacking from 2 positions here. This base is in a lot of trouble. He is also trying to wedge into this natural. Don't think he's going to get that right. Widowmines, ooh, I don't know about those Widowmine hits. But this army is continuing on the march. Okay. 12 workers going down there, so the worker counts are a little bit closer. I think that's good. That was a good move. We see the Shadow Stride ability, the Dark Templar Blink. These Widowmines are being very annoying. They just keep hitting. They're hitting stuff here and there, just making sure that GuMiho's got vision and he's dealing damage to random units as they are marching across the map. I assume the Warp Prism went down. There you go. Okay, MaxPax now pushing and he has a Disruptor. There's 2 Disruptors. Ooh, but gotta be careful. Disruptors, obviously, with one hit, they can change the tide of a battle. Zealots are going to be running into this base. There is a tank there and a Widowmine, but the Zealots are well upgraded enough that they don't really care. And at the same time, ooh, caught that one. Big disruption nova hitting there. Damage is being dealt here. GuMiho dealing good damage on this side. He's getting rid of the army. There is a push here by GuMiho, but a bunch of Dark Templar should help to stop that. This base does fall. I think MaxPax is in a good position. The army supply is very even. This base is going to go down, I think. But GuMiho could use that. Okay. So he runs out a little bit. MaxPax takes game number 1. Game 2 we are in. It is inside out. So a little bit of a back and forth one in the first game. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes on inside and out. Inside and out, I don't know what my feelings are on this map. I think it's a good map, right? I think so. I actually haven't thought much about it, and I don't think I've casted too many. At least maybe I don't remember casting too many on this. And I definitely don't remember playing too much on this map. It is one of the more standard maps, with nothing too exciting. I guess you've got these ramps. Some rocks. Yeah. Sorry, I'm using the downtime to actually have a look at the maps, because I don't know, maybe I'm the only player that does this. I do not notice the maps nearly as much as I should. Like, I don't pay attention. Halfway through a season of laddering, I can still not really know the maps' names. I don't know, maybe I'm the only one. Also, I have the memory of, well, a goldfish, or, you know, something that forgets very quickly. So I will look at the name of the map in the loading screen, and as soon as I'm loaded into the game, I will have forgotten what the name of the map was. So, there you go. Okay, in terms of this game, seems standard. GuMiho is not doing anything across the map, and MaxPax is doing the same. Well, not doing the same. You know, that one. Probe's gonna come in. Yeah, no, it's not gonna attack. Factory, Reaper, yeah, standard stuff. Pylon, Nexus going down on the natural. But we do see the probe moving into a suspicious direction. Is it going to be just a gateway? Come on, we're waiting. Ooh, the Reaper's gonna find it. That is some sixth sense. Ooh, that's hard to say. From GuMiho, making that Reaper scout that way. So obviously he did see the probe leaving at a funny angle. Or maybe he just anticipated, I don't know, but that was some good reading there. See the Stargate coming up? Reaper is still just kind of looking around. I think that's a fantastic catch. That's some really good play. The reactor is coming up. There are 2 Reapers. GuMiho likes going for 2 Reapers. And Stargate on the way. Hellion versus Adept. Very, very standard stuff that we are seeing. The 2 Reapers are going to go across the map. They're going to see if they can get any damage done. They are going to meet the... They're not going to meet the Adept halfway? I swear there was an Adept on the way. And... Can this still damage? The Adepts are going to be able to... Oh yeah, they decide not to. Alright, yo, GuMiho is trying to give them the runaround so that he can move his Reapers in. There is a shield battery. So far, no real damage done. That's 1 probe. I mean, it's not bad. It's better than nothing. I guess a Reaper costs more, but you know, that's besides the point. And then we see the Phoenixes. So 2 workers. Run, Reaper, run. Oh, it gets caught as it's jumping. Okay. Cyclone on the way. Okay. Probably just a little bit for safety. What is this drop? A tank and 2 Marines. Like, what is that? 3rd base coming up while this very GuMiho drop is coming across. Cloak is on the way, by the way, for the Banshee. So, GuMiho is going to go into Banshees. He's actually going to siege up here. I am a little bit speechless. Did you see that little jiggle that tank did? I don't know. What do we feel about that? I'm very confused as to what he really wanted to happen. Cyclone locking onto a worker. Okay, so GuMiho is just going to go with being aggressive. The 2 Marines are back, ready to deal damage. I wonder if 2 Marines even have enough DPS. Oh, 1 Marine now has to walk. Yeah, they can get damage done, yeah. 3 workers. But there's Phoenixes, so... This heavy drop play into the Phoenixes makes me nervous. Also because, you know... Okay, the Marine is safe. there's not too much damage being dealt. I mean, GuMiho has spent more to get rid of 6 workers than, you know, it's worth, I think. That gas cost, 400 gas. I don't know if I like that. The Banshee is here. This Marine, gonna see the Phoenixes moving out. Is GuMiho going to go for another CC, or is he going for just a 2-base play? Don't see another one. Another Banshee is moving out, so we'll see the first one coming in, see if any damage can be done. There is Cloak on the way. Stimpack and Combat Shields researching at the same time. GuMiho is going to avoid the main base because of the shield battery. Is there detection out? There's no detection. Oh, this is going to deal some good damage. This is amazing. I mean, you got Phoenixes, which is great. But, the Oracle is being chrono boosted out. But that's 15 workers killed. 10 kills on a single Banshee. That one has got the other 6. 18. Yep. And until the Oracle arrives, well, there it comes now. Alright, that's nice. You tagged this one, but there is still another Banshee. And, okay, the Oracle will have the energy to deal with the other Banshee. And the other Banshee doesn't have energy anyway. But 21 probes, that is huge. That is huge damage now going into the 3rd base. Yeah, I think that has put GuMiho in a very nice position. Bunch of Marines with a Cyclone marching across the map. The Phoenixes and the Oracle gonna come around. Okay. Is this army big enough for GuMiho? Not sure about that one. Look, they have Stim and Combat Shield, so the Marines controlled well are still pretty strong. And there's some Marauders. I love to see the Marauders joining in. I think GuMiho needs a little bit more medevacs. He only has 1 medevac, which means when these infantry are low on health, yeah, and that one's gone. It's nothing to get them back up to full. But this army... I like that force field. That's a nice force field. Okay, this army is now gone. GuMiho, I think you need to build up a little bit more. You're in a good position. Okay, he's waiting for some reinforcements. Zealot run-by is going around. MaxPax is on 3 base saturation. He actually only has 1. He's only got 1 gas. Am I seeing that right? 2 gases. So it's going to be very Zealot heavy once more. Ooh, these Zealots are going to be able to sneak into the natural. Yeah. Nothing to stop them. I mean, the reinforcements are moving across. GuMiho pulled some of the army back. Getting the Marauders in this choke. The Widowmine setting up. 6, 9 SCVs are going down. Those Zealots in the natural doing a lot of damage. A lot of micro going on here by GuMiho, but... okay. They do get assisted. That's what the Phoenixes are very nice for. Getting rid of things like the flying healy things. The heal bus. The medevacs. Very good. Robo on the way. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like GuMiho is just trying a touch too much here. But it is GuMiho. So, you know. Sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. But I mean, that's true for all players. So, it's okay. Couple more. These are just like the slow guys that have just been staggered. Okay, the reinforcements are going to be able to clean this up now. These Phoenixes flying around a little bit. That run-by does get stopped by GuMiho. What's that? The 4th base. Zealots get chased down by the infantry. Okay, so GuMiho is trying to see where he can find an opening, where he can push into. Again, we're going to see Colossus, I'm assuming, with the Robo Bay. Worker counts, still very even. And when it's so close, I really think there is an advantage for the Terran. Obviously because of mules. Mules are very good. If you didn't know. If you're a Terran player and you're not using mules, they're strong. Nice little Widowmine hit on the Phoenixes. Pylon coming up here. That is... oh, that's probably for another base. Yeah, MaxPax must know this is coming. Terran army gonna try fight in this choke. No, gonna try get rid of the rock so that he doesn't need to fight in the choke. I guess having a decent arc suits the Terran player better. Okay, he's gonna drive straight into the natural. Okay. Zealots are on the way. But Marauders in a good position. Those Marines are nicely tucked away behind the Marauders. And I don't think MaxPax has enough. Reinforcements coming in for GuMiho. He's pushing in two directions. GuMiho takes game number 2. Game number 3 is starting up. It is on Waterfall. As you can see, I think this may be a longer series because these guys are, you know, they're pushing each other to the limits. Well, I mean, maybe not the limits, but they're playing some nice games. Let's see if anything crazy happens in this game. That last one, let's reflect on a little bit. I think GuMiho, trying to think, what do I take from that? GuMiho eventually pushed through quite nicely. And maybe I was being a little bit critical because this is me and GuMiho's GuMiho and he's a lot better at this than me. So all of the little bits of damage that he was doing did add up. And that's important. So when a Protoss player and a Terran player are on similar work accounts, that is a definite advantage for the Terran player. And it's not like, you know, MaxPax was many bases ahead. I think he was one base ahead, but not in terms of workers. He had bases, but not workers. So, you know, all that little harassment. I think the Banshees are what killed it. All the other little drops, they were great. But that Banshee harassment, the Cloak Banshees that came in before there was detection. And then only could MaxPax start making an Oracle and hope for the best. And yeah, I think, what was that? That was 21 workers or something. I think that helped to snowball into GuMiho eventually pulling off the win in the end of that one. So yeah, I liked that game. That was very good. That those Banshees, especially the one. I think both of them did good, but that one pulling off the 10 kills in the natural. Yeah? And the mining time, because the rest of the probes were pulled away from the mineral line and sent into the main base. Now that is not good. Oversaturating the main base isn't really helpful. It doesn't mean you get more minerals. The minerals, you know, mine the same as when you've got 16. Or at least a little bit the same. It's a little bit suboptimal. A lot suboptimal. So I think that also did a lot because it was a long time that Banshee was in the natural. And the third base wasn't mining. So, you know, I think that if you're going to look at one thing that led to GuMiho taking the win in that game, it has to be that good timing of the Banshees. This is a Zealot that is going to try to stop these workers from getting the CC up. Woo! That's 8 health. Stalker also coming across. MaxPax is deciding to be the aggressor in this game. Widowmines again. Starport once again. I don't think... 2 Stalkers can take this army, right? Maybe not. It's hard to say. Well, it's probably not hard to say. There comes the Widowmine. Ouch. I was stuck watching that one thinking, does he know? And apparently he didn't know. And yeah, that did some damage. Are we starting with the Twilight into a Robo? 2 more gateways. Nice. How many Widow Mines do we have out so far? Just the 2. And that's all he's making. So I don't know if there's going to be another Widow Mine drop that is going to come in. Reaper at this stage going to check for the 3rd. Doesn't see anything here. Maybe move around and keep an eye on the Protoss player. So we've got a medevac with 4 Marines. 2 of them seriously need healing. And a Widow Mine. Okay. Where does he want to do some damage with this? Is he just going to try cancel the 3rd that is going to be coming up? The pylon is already in place. Worker is just waiting for the minerals to be there. Widow Mine being set up. Blink is not done yet, so MaxPax is going to have to be careful of the Widow Mine. Boom, 1 stalker down. And don't leave the last one. Oh, thank goodness. Gave me a heart attack. Blink is done, but ooh, he could. Okay, Reaper being annoying. Actually getting 3 workers. Seriously? Nice. Okay, this medevac is hanging in the dead space. Okay, Blink is done and the Warp Prism is done. That is going to mean that MaxPax is going to start putting on the pressure. 5 stalkers already. He is going for his 3rd Nexus. But 5 stalkers can deal some damage. The tank is here. It is going to help to push them away. Siege tank's very strong against stalkers. Okay, and I think that's a good enough position that he can protect most of the base, most of both bases at least, from those stalkers. Yeah, the Warp Prism is going to fly around. So double pronged harassment here, pushing from one side. Maybe not so much. Is he? Okay, he's going to go for some workers. 2 down. Yeah. 5 workers. 6 workers. That is not bad at all. And here comes the second group of stalkers. They're going to get rid of the Widow Mine. They're going to try get some damage. Watch out for the tank. I think he got that Widow Mine. Yeah. I think very nice solid pressure from MaxPax. He's getting his damage. Recalls the Warp Prism to get it out safely. Okay, the Terran army is on the move. So these stalkers, they need to slow down this Terran army. The Colossus is almost out, but there is no extended thermal lance yet. It is researching, but it's not done yet. That is very important. It's very strong. Okay, this is a very marine heavy army, so watch the Warp Prism. No! Ouch! That's not good to see. Not good to see at all. How's the upgrades looking? +1 attack is ready for GuMiho. +1 on the way for MaxPax. There is a tank with this army, so the tank's going to help out a lot. Again, there are a lot of marauders. GuMiho are going to push straight into the natural once more. Going to try to get rid of the robo. That means no more Colossus. Protoss players rely on their splash damage, so that is a big deal. Good damage here in the natural. That's quite a bunch of probes going down already. The Protoss army is now going to collapse onto the Bioforce, but that's 21 workers. Again, 21 workers, 24. Does get out with not too much. And there's still a couple of Marines dealing damage here. Oof. MaxPax now way behind in workers. Like way behind. So yeah, he's gonna have to do something magical to get back in this one. GuMiho also has more army. Stalkers are gonna walk across the map. I don't think you're gonna get too much done with them. The reinforcements are going to see them. Is GuMiho gonna turn around? It doesn't seem like it. He's just gonna keep going and try to defend with the reinforcements that he does have. Okay, he feels comfortable enough. Pushes MaxPax away. Drop into the main base. Getting rid of this pylon. Tried to get onto the Colossus. Not too bad. and gets out with everything. The rest of the army is coming to join up. The third base is finally on the way. GuMiho has been favoring this 2-base play in this series. Yeah, eventually transitioning into the third, but there's only one Colossus out. And with such a marauder heavy army, I'm sure that GuMiho can do some good damage here. Once again, just driving straight into the natural. Good force fields. Very nice force fields. This army moving back to the safety of the Widow Mines, at least. And army is split. Picks up, moves out. Oof. Single Zealot being a pain in the butt here for GuMiho. Another one on this side. Okay. Upgrades. Yeah, still 1-1 for each of them. War Prism. I think MaxPax is going to be a little bit aggressive once again. GuMiho is still up in workers, like quite a lot. That's big. I mean, this base isn't quite that well. It is done now. And yeah, worker transfer is coming. There are mules there. Okay, so it's kind of 2 and a little bit bases. 2 and a little bit. Terran army pushing in here on this side. I don't think I can remember seeing many PVTs on this map. So I don't quite know who it favors. Maybe there is no favor. Ooh, nice little spot there. Gonna try get rid of the War Prism. Ooh, that's a nice catch. War Prisms are a little bit expensive. 250 minerals. You know, to lose it without it doing anything. That's big. That's big. Ghost Academy on the way. 2 armies pushing in here. They're gonna wedge this Protoss, and GuMiho sees it. Is he going for the wedge? Sorry, I might have been moving a little bit quick there. That might have been a little bit too much. Okay, this army is in trouble. But at the same time, this force of GuMiho is just going to run straight in and do some big damage here at the third base of the Protoss player. Widow Mines are burying those zealots. Goodbye. Ooh. Yeah. Okay, good position here. There is a shield battery with a super battery keeping that Colossus alive. There's still a lot of marauders left. A second warp prism has been made. It is warping in a ton of zealots here into the main base. And Vikings are going to come deal with the warp prism once again. There are some marauders. I think this should be defended okay. At the same time, the main Protoss army is pushing into the third base of the Terran. It's a couple of workers going down so far. GuMiho is rallying his army. Okay, this could be a very good engagement if GuMiho sets this up right. Yeah, he's got army coming in from 3 directions. SCV's being pulled as well. I think this is going to be a nice solid defense from GuMiho. The Colossus are going down to the Vikings. There are too many marauders left over. Yep, GG is called. GuMiho takes game number 2. Game number 3 is on Moondance. This has been a fun little series so far between these 2 players. We'll have to see what happens here. I think that last engagement in the last game went so well for GuMiho. He set up his army in 3 different sections, waited for the Protoss to push into the middle of those 3, and then pushed in and came through with a nice little nice engagement. Once again, it was that large worker count that MaxPax just, he couldn't get those workers back. So, you know, I think that was a very strong move, getting rid of those workers, and that pushed GuMiho to the lead, and he carried on pushing forward from there. So far, these 2 they're really playing it evenly, you know, punching quite well in each other's weight class, and they're a nice match. So I'm enjoying this. It's a nice, a lot of the, let me put it this way, a lot of the series that I've casted on my channel so far have been a lot of 2-0s or 3-0s or things like this, maybe a 2-1 or 3-1, and I think this is going to be one that that could possibly go all the way to the 5th game, which I don't think I've had yet. I may be wrong, or it was shorter games. But anyway, here we are seeing some nice standard games all the way into what I hope to be game number 5. We'll have to see. It is match point. That means MaxPax has to do something. He has to come back in this game. Otherwise it's not going to be. Yeah. Then it's just going to be a 3-1 for GuMiho. But I think he can. I think MaxPax is a very good player. GuMiho once again looking around here. I say once again, it's not once again, sorry. Remember how I said that I casted another game? Yeah, he did that in a previous game that I was watching. I guess it's a good thing to do, you know, when you look at my Moondance with this pocket base, Protoss players can very easily hide a pylon and a gateway over here. And you can wall off here as much as you want to, but you're not going to stop the zealots coming in from your 3rd base. So yeah, I think just it doesn't cost him anything, and it's just good to go for. Okay, MaxPax deciding that he does not want to do another robo opener. He's going to go Stargate once again. I'd like to see him go for oracles first. Why? Not sure. But I would just like to see it. I think if he can use the oracles, maybe then going into phoenixes. Look, eventually he's going to have to get a splash out. But I also think GuMiho hasn't been using too many ghosts. So I think it's very possible for MaxPax to go into High Templar. With a little bit of Storm, deals good damage. He is going to go Phoenixes. MaxPax does like his Phoenixes. So GuMiho is going to hop in. He does see it. Yeah.
Additional supply depots.
Additional supply depots. Okay, so far everything normal. We're going to see another Widow Mine drop, I suspect. Yep, 3 Widow Mines. They're just waiting for the medevac. Load it up. And they're on the way out. The Phoenix, I don't think the Phoenix saw it. GuMiho's got to be careful. If that Phoenix is chasing the medevac, yeah, this medevac isn't going to do too much damage. That is the nice thing about going Phoenixes first. If you have the Phoenixes, you are a bit more secure against these drops. I'm saying that as this drop is most probably going to go across and deal some damage. Same time, 2 workers do get picked out by these Phoenixes. They're good harassment units. Not very good in a fight against ground units, obviously. But they are good for harassment and for picking up things like siege tanks. Okay, just 1 in the main. Good pull on the probes. So it's going to be just 1 worker going down here. Another one is going to be dropped in the 3rd. And this medevac is going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to drop it. The Phoenixes are just going to pick it up and get rid of it before any more damage can be dealt. Very solid defense there by MaxPax. Now, a bunker push by GuMiho. Okay. With the tank, workers are being pulled. I like this. I think this is a good move. So he's just going to slow push with bunkers, with marines, with the tank. I think it was... I can't remember who I casted again, but it was GuMiho that did the same thing. A nice sharp timing. I think it was against Zhao. MaxPax is using his Phoenixes to deal some damage to the reinforcements, but yeah, this is a strong push and difficult to break. He's rushing out an Immortal. He has got the Robo Bay on the way. Okay. Tank not yet in range of the workers, so at this stage, I mean, that was 12 workers that went down. Now, he's collapsing on this army, trying to get rid of the tank. The workers are repairing, dropping back to the bunker. That Immortal is doing so much. That Immortal is so useful. Oh, this is where the workers are going down. There's a Cloak Banshee once again. I can't believe I missed it. I even looked for something on the minimap. I don't like the yellow colors. Okay. So now we're going for missile turrets. Just full aggression. Oh, he sees that. Alright, so MaxPax has to defend hard. He has a shield battery up now. But again, he's lost a lot of workers. GuMiho is ahead by 10 workers. And I think he's going to get ready to build his own third base. Okay, we see bunkers once again, along with the turrets. A little bit of a soft container, and that worker just goes bye-bye. Okay. Did he destroy his own bunker? Yeah, he did. Raven coming up, more tanks, more marines, Stimpack, +1. The Twilight Council is coming up for MaxPax, but he's going to need to make a plan on this. I mean, he doesn't have to rush severely. It's not like GuMiho's knocking on his door just yet. And MaxPax has that base in the back. And these Phoenixes are going to be annoying with the reinforcements. So that's going to slow down the reinforcements, which means that it's going to be harder for GuMiho to mount a good offensive in this section. I mean, he's going to have to deal with this eventually. But I think he can probably wait for the Colossus to be out. This Banshee could deal a lot more damage. Okay. Gonna see some damage going down here. This Banshee is pulling off some worker kills. That's 3 so far. Now the Phoenixes, they're just roaming around, just getting rid of all of the... okay, there is an observer out. All of the reinforcements for GuMiho. So the observer is spotting the Banshee, and the Phoenix is there to get rid of it. Okay. Now is the time where MaxPax is going to try break out of this. Yeah, Immortal, very good. Stalkers, Colossus, yeah, gets out comfortably. In terms of the losses, yeah, GuMiho's lost a lot in this game. Wow, I mean, he's done a lot of worker damage. That's 23, that's a lot of workers, but he's lost a lot as well. So MaxPax actually in the army supply lead. And I think his army is a lot better. I mean, he's got a lot of Phoenixes. When the engagement starts, they can do things like pick up the tanks. That's the Raven that goes down for cheap. Well, free. I don't think. Well, it got a Dorito spray. So, you know, there's that. But, yeah, extended thermal lance is on the way. I think... maybe I shouldn't think too much, but I think it is a good time for MaxPax to be pushing at some point. He is going for his third base, getting the Templar archives, getting up +1 now. Okay, couple more gates on the way. Is there a War Prism? The War Prism is in production right now. So I think once the War Prism comes out, that's going to be the point where, yeah, MaxPax is ready to attack. Coming in to deal some damage to the workers. Gets 4 so far. Goes into the main base. Yeah, Phoenixes, you blink, and there's a bunch of workers kills. I mean, that's 8. They have a lot of damage that they can do. 10 workers. Good harassment there. Very good harassment. That puts MaxPax in the worker lead again. The War Prism is out. This army is going to move around, but they do get spotted. The War Prism doesn't. So, yeah. Anything coming into the circle, that's a very good sensor tower. Very good. Okay, so we're going to see something. At this stage, it's just going to be Archons. So no Storm yet on the way. But we do have Archons. Once again, yeah, you can see the little blips on the map. That is the Phoenixes. And now we see Ghosts. Okay, so Ghosts are coming up. Enhanced Shockwaves are coming up. Ghosts very strong against Archons. Obviously, because Archons are like mostly shields. So EMP shreds. It absolutely destroys the Archon. And once the Archon, I mean 350 shields versus 10 health. Once their shields are gone, they're dead. Now don't get me wrong, 350 shields is quite a lot. For reference, a Phoenix has 60. So, you know, it is a lot. Those Phoenixes are flying in, getting a lot more damage done. Fourth base coming in. I think this position for MaxPax is pretty good. He is solid with his workers. I mean, don't forget mules. Let's not forget mules. I don't want to harp on this. It is a mechanic. I'm not saying it's imbalanced or whatever. It's just a mechanic of the Terran. Okay, and now the push is going to come up. Siege tanks sieging up nice and far back. First disruptor. Ooh, semi-decent pickup. He saves 4 marauders, loses 2. Okay, that was a good pickup. That was a good pickup. I like the disruptors. Disruptors don't care too much for ghosts. I think it is probably the safest splash. Not consistent. Not as consistent as things like Storm and even the Colossus, but you know, you don't have to worry about EMPs. Ooh, boom, 2 tanks going down. Terran army is pushing in, and disruptor, Archons, a lot happening. Who is winning this fight? At the same time, there are zealots warped into the main base. There is something here. This base does go down. I think this favor. Ooh, goes down. Yep, there's nothing. There's nothing to deal with this. This harassment on the opposite side of the map is too strong, and this army is not going to make it. GG, MaxPax takes game number 4. We're going to game 5. Alrighty, game 5. We made it all the way to game 5 in what is probably one of the closest series I have casted so far on YouTube. So I'm liking this one. If I'm sounding a little bit out of breath, maybe it's like fitness. Maybe I'm out of casting fitness there. So yeah, that could be another thing, but we'll keep the energy high. I'm feeling this game. These two are so well matched against each other, even though GuMiho is sitting at 0 APM. What is he doing? He's drinking water, isn't he? That is a water drinking moment. Ah, there he goes, straight back into it. Okay, so far the games have been relatively normal. There hasn't been too much crazy stuff after the game 1. I can't say that. GuMiho built like a whole front line just outside the Protoss base. Alright, never mind, scrap that. So, we'll have to see who takes this one, because this has been very tight. This probe is going where? It's probably just to scout, right? I didn't look at the timing. My timing knowledge is a little bit off at this stage. Barracks is on the way. Yeah, standard. We'll see if it's going to be the cyber core that is going to be coming up now into the base. Zealot. So he's going to run across with the zealot to try to do something. Okay. Okay. I like. The CC. What is GuMiho going to do? Is he going to go for factory? No, he goes for the CC, but on the high ground, just to be nice and safe. Nexus goes down. Okay, so maybe the zealot is just there for safety against the Reaper. I don't know about that one though. No, it looks like he cancelled it. Okay. Yeah, he cancelled that one, went into an adept. Now he should be going for warp gate. Everything is normal. GuMiho once again just scouting around for proxies. He's just playing it safe in the early game, just making sure that he doesn't die to any proxies or any cannon rushes or anything from MaxPax. MaxPax had a reputation, but as you can see, this is what I was saying, he just doesn't do it so much anymore. MaxPax has really refined his gameplay, and he is such a strong macro Protoss right now. I mean, GuMiho is not an easy player to play against at all. He does tricky things, he does odd timings, so you really got to be on top of your game, and so far MaxPax is standing toe to toe with him. I mean, I'm saying toe to toe. I'm looking at GuMiho as the more experienced player who has won more tournaments and things, while MaxPax is the new and up and coming one. I mean, yes, MaxPax technically on a league like is ranked higher, but you can't take away what GuMiho has done in his career. So, you know, it's a good challenge here. The old versus the new. I don't want to say old versus young because these players are not that old. But yeah, MaxPax. I like MaxPax's gameplay right now. I mean, it was always very exciting. The cheesy players are very exciting. If you think of guys like Haas and even what's his name? There's Cyan, I think. He is also from the region. And MaxPax. Obviously, when MaxPax just started bursting into the scene. He was just cheesing every game. Proxy Void Ray, or not, yeah, well, Proxy Void Ray with shield batteries and things like that. So, yeah, he was doing a lot of cheesy stuff, and now he's just playing nice and standard. We see Blink with a Warp Prism. So this is going to be a little bit of aggression. It seems with just Blink Stalkers once again. GuMiho is doing the thing that he's been doing, going for Widow Mines. Is he going to go into the Banshees again? It has worked for him quite well. Just going for 3 again. So we're going to see. Are these two going to fly past each other? This will be very interesting to see. No. No, they're going to miss each other. Okay. Marines are ready for this. GuMiho anticipating that there is going to be a Warp Prism. Raven on the way, just in case it's things like DTs. And also Ravens have a lot of utility. Okay, MaxPax sees the Marines. Not going to go dropping. At the same time, three workers. The mines are not going to get out. Well, this one's just going to go for a walk. No one can see me. I'm a sneaky Widow Mine. I think he was going to try hide it behind the robo. Nice. Okay, so drop in the natural. Just going to get rid of 2 workers. So 3 probes for 2 SCVs. I'll say that. 3 SCVs. And bunch more on the way. So continued aggression for MaxPax. Now this is just nice. I wouldn't call this a cheese. I would just call this pressure. If he gets to win with this, great, obviously. But I don't think he's intending to. I think he's just intending to deal damage with this, which he can then build into the rest of the game. But getting rid of the tank is very good. And the Raven, not going to get the Raven. Okay, ACV does go down. Okay. Yeah. Minerals lost. Very close between these two. You see, these two are very, very close. Worker supply count's very close. Worker count's very close. Army supply, a little bit more in the favor of GuMiho, but that's okay. MaxPax does have more workers, obviously. He's got his 3rd base coming up. GuMiho once again aiming for the 2 base play. SCV's. What is he doing? Does he think there's a Dark Templar? GuMiho? What you doing? Alright, whatever. Was there? No. Well, maybe they're just there to repair. Okay. Whatever. Maybe I forgot about them. Maybe I'm over-analyzing it. Is that a SCV? What is going on in this game? This is a strange one. I'm trying to figure out what everyone's doing. Templar Archives. Yes, that's good. It should be for Storm, right? We'll have a look if he researches Storm immediately. I think Storm would be good. GuMiho has not been favoring the Ghost until quite late in the game. So, you know, a nice early Templar. And High Templar, you can never complain about having High Templar, right? Okay, I think initially it's just going to be for Archons. Would love to see Storm being researched though. Storm is a very, very good spell. Very good. Okay, so we do see 2. They're going to become Archons. A push coming in for GuMiho. At the same time, there is damage being done here by Zealots in the main base. That's a lot of workers going down. At the same time, the Raven getting a bunch of probe kills on this side. Terran is pushing into the natural once again. SCVs were pulled. Okay, tank sieging up in a very aggressive spot. GuMiho is trying to end this right here, right now. The Protoss army is hanging around the 3rd base, letting the Terran push in. Now he's going to jump on this. The Stalkers blinking. The Zealots charging in. The Archons are doing good damage. Tanks have been jumped on. I think MaxPax has taken this one. GG! MaxPax finally takes the series in a fantastic 3-2 fashion. Wow, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed this longer game. I see my recording time has been an hour. So yeah, there's something for your Saturday evening entertainment. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please drop a like rating. I really do appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel if you want to see more StarCraft content. I'm going to go drink some water and relax now. And I will see you in the next one.